Reset.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The one thing that I want
When
to know...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open... this
shut,
was not
narrator,
the correct
shush.
way to the meeting
Shush.
room, and
Narrator.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
It's gonna be okay.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
It's
by the
gonna be
employee lounge first,
Narrator.
just to admire
I know.
it.
I've been here before. Shut up. I want to know where everybody went. I wonder how many endings there really are, and how many endings I've really already have done, because I don't know how many endings I've already done. So I would like to know how many endings I have done. Plus, I want to know where everybody is.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight
don't
ahead
backseat
to
game,
the
guys,
opposite
please.
door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. No mirror. Makes sense. Open up. That's a very disturbingly weird bedroom. Okay, though.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Wait, what was it again?
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a
2845,
keypad
right? Yeah.
behind the boss's desk. What could its
Oh,
purpose
shit.
be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he
Suck it,
relaxed
narrator.
for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I hate this game!
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I believe I can move through this awkwardly placed tunnel.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Touch it!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
I'm
Stanley
Batman.
thought to himself. Did
Gordon
he have
Freeman.
the strength to find out?
You wanna know how I got these
Now
scars?
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals
Meet the
reduced to
administrator.
images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright, here we go.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Too much air. Alright.
No. He refused to believe
refused.
it. He couldn't accept
I
it.
couldn't.
His own life in
own
someone
life?
else's control.
Somebody else's
Never.
control?
It was
Never.
unthinkable.
Unthinkable.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
possible?
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Utterly blind?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
Let me
emotions.
guess, I can get up there?
Happy or sad.
Yeah, there's
or
a button there.
content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
Alright, there
over
is a way to
another
get up
human
there.
life.
I just
For
have to figure
he
out how.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
That's a 4. Where's number 3 though? Where's number 3? Or it's like one of those tricky things like we have number 3, but we're not gonna tell you where it is. Ah, there it is. Alright. Number 4. Half-Life 3, not confirmed. Right, touch the 4. Now I'm just gonna touch number 5. And world domination should, in theory, be mine. I've touched all buttons. Game. I've touched all the buttons. Game. Game. I've touched all the buttons, game. What are you doing, game? Unless it's a wrong combination of... Unless there is a combination that you have to do, like... I don't know. Because the sound is also different. Maybe it's a passcode or something. That could be it. Maybe there's a passcode like 15432 or something. Maybe that could be it. I doubt it though. Does anybody in the chat know that? Is it a passcode, or do I have to do something different with it? Or am I missing one? I'm assuming it's a passcode. Oh, Gypsy. Naughty girl. Right, let's try it differently. Let's see if we can actually, Yeah, F it. When I specifically ask a question, you can tell me. If I specifically ask the chat.
And when at last he found the source of the... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes!
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this did without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape your desires.
All right.
This is much better than what I had in mind.
Mother.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds.
I hate you.
Time doesn't grow on trees.
Come on.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
God damn it!
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Damn it!
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
What?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you.
What the hell's happening?
That you're powerless.
Fail safe!
You made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30
Goodbye,
seconds you
employer
have left to struggle.
2427.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here.
Ah!
Being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment we happily ever up.
You piece of shit!
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge
Now
was
I want to
grand,
know
majestic,
if I can get out of
perhaps,
there.
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I want to know if I can get out of there.
Yet there was not a
before the
single
shit goes
person
off.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's an actual elevator here?